Not only grown-ups can sing, we can too.
So easy on me, baby. I was still a child, didn't get the chance to.
CBC TV8 is having a kids karaoke show just for us. So children between the ages of 5 to 17 comment and join in for fun. Email nfroster@cbc.bb. Hear you soon. Bye.
For the past 19 years, QFM has been sharing with you, learning from you, and together building a community for all mature audiences. That's why we say Q is good for you. To our Q family, we say thank you for staying connected to Q100.7 FM. QFM is a station of the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. CBC, celebrating 60, connecting Barbadian communities. Are you a youth group, 4-H club, school, Cub Scout or Brownie Pack, or any organization or club with children ages 4 to 11 years? If yes is the answer, then we at Fun School, we're looking for you. Let's have fun singing, dancing, listening to amazing stories, doing craft, and so much more. I'm such a kid at heart. But to be part of this fun and exciting new season of Fun School, just simply send an email to Alicia Alves Grant at aagrant@cbc.bb for further details. Fun School is back, and we're looking for you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Oh, hi. My name is Stacia Whitaker, and I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist and a member of the Heart and Stroke Childhood Obesity Prevention Coalition. My motto is, when in doubt, leave it out, and it goes for when I'm eating, because sometimes things have ingredients that we're not sure of, and I like to keep it simple. And if I'm eating something and I'm not sure the ingredients in that particular thing, then I choose to leave it out. So I keep my snacking simple with fruit, nuts, or just water. It's easy to remember, there's no added ingredients, and it's also very nutritious. So remember, childhood obesity is real, so choose healthier alternatives. And when in doubt, leave it out.
Enjoy movies, soaps, drama, comedy, inspiration, education, music, and more. You get it all when you get MCTV, because MCTV gives you more.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
98 98.1 The One is more than a station.
We don't just play music, we keep you company, cheer you up, keep you informed and entertained. We are a vibe. What do you mean?
Every day we bring the party to you.
We are your #1 party station.
We love playing music for our listeners.
And we're committed to working with our clients and advertisers to make sure that you get the attention that you deserve.
98.1 The One.
Celebrating 18 and still your #1 party station.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kia Lewis, General Practitioner and Healthy Lifestyle Advocate. Good nutrition starts at home. So this school year, I want you to consider packing healthy, nutritious snacks and lunches for your children to carry, rather than having them buy them at school. And don't just pack things you think they should have. Have a discussion and come up with things that you both know they will enjoy.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love cruise.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
It's summer vacation, and CBC TV8 says laugh a little. Your mid-mornings have now included some family-friendly, side-splitting series like The Partridge Family, Benson, and Designing Women. TV not to be missed this
This is the CBC Morning Report for today, Friday, October 20th. I'm Tisha Hines. Good morning. In our top story at this time, the center of Tropical Storm Tammy is still projected to pass approximately 100 miles north of the island this afternoon. The Barbados Meteorological Service, in its latest advisory, revealed the forecast track of Tammy remains relatively unchanged, with the center at 5 this morning of the tropical storm located near 14 degrees north, 58.3 degrees west, or approximately 100 miles east-northeast of Barbados. Maximum sustained winds remain near 60 miles per hour. Met officials say the storm continues to move slowly west-northwestward at 8 miles per hour. Marine conditions have deteriorated with moderate to rough swells of 2 to 3.5 meters in open water. A small craft warning has been extended until 6 this evening, and high surf advisory remains in effect for Barbados. The Met Office is telling the country that occasional light to moderate showers occurred overnight as feeder bands moved across the island overnight, and this is expected to persist during the morning. Shower activity is likely to increase Friday afternoon into early Saturday morning. Occasional winds gusting to storm force in moderate to heavy showers associated with the feeder bands are possible during that time. The BMS is forecasting rainfall accumulations of around 1 to 3 inches, with isolated higher amounts during the passage of Tammy. Barbados has been advised any intensification of feed bands to the southeast of the system can result in the watch being upgraded to a warning at short notice. Barbados, meanwhile, has been advised by Minister of Home Affairs and Information, Wilfred Abrams, that it will be business as usual today in Barbados. He stressed that this time no shutdown has been ordered for Barbados as officials continue to monitor the approach of Tropical Storm Tammy. Mr. Abrams says officials at the Barbados Meteorological Services will continue to monitor the approach of the system and advise if any changes need to be made. He adds, based on the current information from the Met Office, there was no reason to close the country at this time. And as Barbados continues to monitor and prepare for any impact the tropical storm Tammy will have, throughout the night, the island remains under a tropical storm watch. Joining us with the latest update is Deputy Director of the Barbados Meteorological Services, Brian Murray. Good morning, Mr. Murray.
Good morning, Tisha, and good morning to the viewers.
It's wonderful to have you with us. First of all, what's in the latest advisory issued by your office?
Okay, from what I have here in front of me, it was issued at 5:20 a.m. The center was located near 14 degrees north, 58.3 degrees west, which is about 100 miles or 155 kilometers east-northeast of the island. The maximum sustained winds remain near 60 miles per hour, and Tammy continues to move slowly to the west-northwest at 8 miles per hour, central pressure of 1,000 millibars. And that is the present status of Tammy at the moment.
From that latest position of Tropical Storm Tammy, is it likely that we're going to experience substantial rainfall throughout the day today?
As far as the rainfall is concerned, the latest radar imagery is indicating a few minor feeder bands still passing through us from time to time. However, the bulk of the weather is still to the southeast of the island, and we have mentioned this on more than one occasion with previous advisories, is that the most significant weather will start to affect us during the afternoon period with moderate to heavy showers, possible scattered thunderstorms, and occasional gusty winds associated with these thunderstorms.
Now, today is Professional Teachers Day, so the children are not necessarily in school today, but I know that parents will want to plan, even though the Home Affairs Minister has said there is no shutdown at this time based on what is happening. What would be your advice as people look forward to planning their day?
And my advice is this, that every individual household should have their plans in place and have a plan B in case Tropical Storm Tammy decides to take a southerly direction. And I must also implore that to listen to the advisories being issued by the Barbados Meteorological Services so that you will plan accordingly.
When is the next advisory due?
The next advisory will be at 8 o'clock, which will be followed by a complete advisory at 11 a.m.
All right, we want to thank you for coming through and sharing with us. Of course, we'll continue to connect with you throughout the day as we brace for the impact of the tropical storm, see how things unfold. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And as mentioned, it will be business as usual in Barbados today. Again, that has been confirmed by Minister of Home Affairs and Information, Wilfred Abrams. The minister, however, said that the Met Office will continue to monitor Tropical Storm Tammy and advise if there is a need for change. Coming up on the CBC Morning Report, Israel's latest attack on Gaza hits a church.
It's Match Day Live from the 246 with host Damian Best, your all-access pass to the action happening in the BFA Premier League and beyond. Every last Monday of the month on CBC TV8. Kickoff time, 8:30 p.m. with analysis from our panel and highlights of the top performances. You can weigh in on the discussion via WhatsApp on 228-5562. It's Match Day Live from the 246. Don't you miss it.
My friend, you don't plan to get it. Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My
Israel's defense minister has told ground troops to be ready to enter the Gaza Strip, promising they will see the besieged Palestinian enclave from the inside. Meanwhile, the Israeli bombardment of Gaza continues with deadly Israeli raids on the Jambalia refugee camp and a Greek Orthodox church in central Gaza City.
Palestinians trapped in Gaza find nowhere safe. Israeli airstrikes are hitting several areas across the densely populated region, including its southern parts, which Israel had declared safe.
We came from Gaza City. They told us to come to the south, so we came to the south. We found that the strikes intensified in the south. We stayed in a house. In front of us were strikes, and behind us, strikes. There's no safety. There's nowhere safe in Gaza. You have to be ready to die and just to stay in your house.
Israel told Palestinians to leave northern Gaza and head to what were supposed to be safe zones in the south. But Khan Yunis, a city in southern Gaza where hundreds of thousands of Palestinians had sought shelter, was among the places hit by relentless Israeli airstrikes. Families are shattered and buildings are reduced to rubble. This family has lost at least 13 members, including children. The devastating bombardments on Khan Yunis came hours after Israel agreed to allow Egypt to deliver limited humanitarian aid to Gaza. Many of Gaza's 2.3 million residents have cut down to one meal a day and resorted to drinking dirty water as Israel cut off life-saving essentials. More than 100 trucks are waiting near the Rafah crossing on the Egyptian side, but it's not expected that aid will enter Gaza safely. The Rafah crossing is the only way for aid to enter the Strip. It has become a focus of the conflict between Israel and Hamas as the humanitarian crisis gets worse.
I came from Ismailia and have been here at the Rafah border crossing for our Palestinian brothers since the start of the war. We are staying here for Palestinians. We will not leave until the aid enters Palestine to Gaza.
The area near the Rafah crossing has been bombed twice by Israel since October 7. On Wednesday, Israeli raids on residential buildings in Rafah killed at least 20 Palestinians. Millions of Palestinians in Gaza are now waiting for much-needed humanitarian aid. But it seems unlikely to raise spirits in the besieged enclave, where Palestinians, more than everything else, are focused on surviving Israel's airstrikes.
A U.S. Navy warship in the northern Red Sea on Thursday shot down 3 cruise missiles and several drones launched from Yemen that the Pentagon said might have been headed toward Israel.
The crew of the guided missile destroyer USS Carney, operating in the northern Red Sea earlier today, shot down 3 land attack cruise missiles and several drones that were launched by Houthi forces in Yemen. This action was a demonstration of the integrated air and missile defense architecture that we have built in the Middle East and that we are prepared to utilize whenever necessary to protect our partners and our interests in this important region. There were no casualties to U.S. forces and none that we know of to any civilians on the ground. Information about these engagements is still being processed. We cannot say for certain what these missiles and drones were targeting, but they were launched from Yemen, heading north along the Red Sea, potentially towards targets in Israel.
Let's now speak to our correspondent, Shihab Ratanzi. He's across developments for us from Washington, D.C. Shihab, a whole range of lines from the Pentagon. What more have we been hearing from them in that press conference?
I think the most striking thing was how Pat Ryder was at pains not to link all these attacks or link them with the conflict in Gaza. Pat Ryder said that as far as he was concerned, the conflict, in his words, was limited to that between Israel and Gaza. While he said there was an uptick in drone activity in Iraq and Syria, he wasn't connecting these attacks. And interestingly, with that Yemen interception or the Red Sea interception of the drones and the missiles, if you think about it, he says the information is still being processed as far as the motivation for what he said were the Houthi forces sending those drones and missiles. But if they were indeed heading towards Israel, that would mean then that the US has now acted militarily on behalf of Israel in the conflict. They've actually inserted themselves directly into the conflict, and they're not simply supplying weaponry to the Israelis. So that would be rather significant, and maybe that's one of the reasons why the Pentagon is at pains to say the information is still being processed.
It's time to preview what's coming up on Morning Barbados at 6:30. We're going to be telling you about the exhibition at Queen's Park that's happening now with Onika Small, curator with the National Cultural Foundation. Also featuring one of our personalities from radio today, and he's very particular about saying he is an entertainer who announces and not the other way around. Blood is going to be in to share with us. Plus, we are going to be telling you all about something very interesting, the HCQC Alumni Network Night of the Stars Award Ceremony and Gala that's coming up. We continue to talk to you about Bajans afar and share their engaging stories. And we're going to be telling you about the Barbados Olympic Association's museum tour. That's all at 6:30, but next we have more news, sports, and weather. Stay with us.
Not only grown-ups can sing, we can too.
So easy on me, baby. I was still a child, didn't get the chance to.
CBC TV8 is having a kids karaoke show just for us. So children between the ages of 5 to 17 come in and join in for fun. Email Nadia Foster at nfoster@cbc.bb. Hear you soon. Bye.
For the past 19 years, QFM has been sharing with you, learning from you, and together building a community for all mature audiences. That's why we say Q is good for you. To our Q family, we say thank you for staying connected to Q 100.7 FM. QFM is...
The Queen Elizabeth Hospital has been making some adjustments in preparation for the passage of Tropical Storm Tammy. Communications specialists at the QEH St. Cecily says some of their services will close off at midday.
So the management team decided as part of our emergency management plan that we should suspend outpatient clinics at midday. We will also cancel elective surgeries after midday and going forward. And the pharmacy, that will be closed from midday. We did extend the hours this evening up to a news time up to 7 p.m. so that our patients could make those last minute adjustments and come for their medication. Those who would be running out of medication, who may not have medication for the next 7 days, could have used that time to come here to the pharmacy and get their medication. With all of that said, accident and emergency remains open, Lisa. But we want people, if they have questions about the urgency of their medical condition, there is an option. You can call our patient advice and liaison service. We've been really pushing this. We want people to call 536-4800. We have doctors manning those lines, and they can get their questions or queries about their medical condition answered there, so that they can make a better decision for themselves. If they need to come to accident and emergency, we can have those doctors call an ambulance for them in the case that it is an emergency. So a lot is being done as far as that is concerned. But we've decided to close some of our services at midday to accommodate for the possibility that weather could become more severe just after midday going into those evening periods. So we don't want people to be caught here at the hospital in that weather.
The Barbados Food and Rum Festival continues to receive international acclaim and awards. This year's events are back, bigger and better. CBC's Crystal Hoyt has more.
The Barbados Food and Rum Festival has been awarded the Best Culinary Caribbean Festival Award by the prestigious World Culinary Awards. Minister of Tourism and International Transport Ian Gooding-Edgell shared the news during a media welcome launch last night.
The announcement was made at a special awards ceremony in Dubai on Monday. Now when we say we are the culinary capital of the Caribbean, we can add the best culinary festival in the Caribbean. This accolade is testament to the dedication, passion, and hard work that has gone into this festival success story. A huge part of that success lies in the hands of our talented chefs and mixologists.
Mr. Gooding-Edgell also thanked the BTMI team that led the initiative, with a special thanks to Director of PR and Communications, April Thomas. Thomas credited the team's aggressive marketing campaign for what is now the most successful food and rum festival to date.
So this year, we doubled capacity on a number of the venues, so you'll see more people, more food, more chefs at Rise and Rum and at Liquid Gold. We have 4 completely sold out events, and that is a huge milestone for us, being able to sell out these events, some of them a full 2 weeks before the event happens. So we're extremely glad to see that happen.
She shared a breakdown of ticket holder demographics.
So the Chef Classics, which are our cooking demonstrations, we've seen a split with 56% visitors attending the Chef Classics. Again, very excited to see that 50-50 split. The Junior Chef Cook-Off competition, 80% visitors purchased tickets to that. Again, major milestone for us. The Rise and Rum Breakfast Beach Party, 33% are visitors. The Liquid Gold Feast, 24% of visitors are ticket holders. And lastly, the Rum Room on Friday night, a whopping 93% of those ticket holders are visitors. And this shows us that we created a festival that people want to fly to Barbados for and want to be a part of.
The festival, under the theme Feed the Future, officially begins tonight in Oistins and is expected to be a weekend of good food, lots of rum, and even more fun. Crystal Hoyt, CBC News.
Time to take a look at sports. The Pan American Games officially get underway today in Santiago, Chile. CBC's Damien Best has been in the athletes' village for a first-hand look at the accommodations as the athletes were busy fine-tuning their disciplines.
Leading the way at Friday night's opening ceremony will be Barbadian skeet shooter Michelle Elliott. She, along with badminton athlete Kenny King, are the official flag bearers of the team. The parade follows a traditional order, with Argentina leading the procession as the first historical host of the first Pan American Games, and Barbados is penciled in for 5th after Antigua and Barbuda, Aruba, and Bahamas.
It's a massive honor as an athlete. Winning medals is fantastic and doing these things, but being asked to hold your country's flag is a phenomenal experience and a huge honor and a privilege that I get to do and that very few get to do.
Well, today media were taken on a tour of the athletes' village, which is located in the Cerrillos community. It has 17 towers and 1,355 apartments. After the games, families in Chile will be able to access those apartments. Elliott says the accommodation is good, but it's the unpredictable weather that has been challenging.
The temperatures vary anywhere. Early in the morning, it's about 8 degrees centigrade, and it can go up to about 27, 28 degrees centigrade. So you just have to dress accordingly. So lots of thin layers, which we have been given and we're equipped with. And, you know, when we go around and compete throughout the world circuits and that kind of stuff, we also face similar conditions then. So we are experienced in it, and it's just a case of coming a few days early, which we have done, and acclimatizing, getting out there earlier in the morning like you would for competition timing, and feeling the cold. And then as it warms up, stripping off some of those layers and being comfortable at all times.
From a competition standpoint, the 38-year-old still has her eyes set on securing a place at the Olympics.
Competition is going to be stiff. I am up against some really, really good shooters, but I'm quietly optimistic. It's going to be good. There are quota places up for grabs here, and that's my main objective of this shoot. But it is going to be a difficult one, but great set of people. We shoot together all year round through all the world circuits and everything, so it's going to be good.
Reporting live from the 2023 Pan American Games right here in Santiago, Chile, Damien Best, CBC Sports.
Thank you, Damien. Let's take a brief look at the weather. The barometric pressure stands at 1007.2 millibars. It's a cool 25.8 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 95%, and the winds are blowing out of the northwest at 13 kilometers per hour. Present weather in Barbados, cloudy. Sea conditions. Moderate to rough in open water with swells ranging from 2.5 to 3.5 meters and increasing. A small craft warning and high surf advisory remains in effect. And here's a look at the tides for Barbados for today. General forecast as you move through your day. Mostly cloudy to overcast with scattered light to moderate showers and a chance of isolated thunderstorms. As we move into the afternoon and evening periods, you can expect mostly cloudy conditions, cloudy to overcast with the occasional scattered moderate to heavy showers and a very slight chance of scattered thunderstorms. That's today's morning report. Our next newscast is Newsday at 12 noon on TV8, followed by The World at 1 via our radio network of stations on 100.7 FM, 98.1 The One, and 94.7 FM. That's it for the morning report. Morning Barbados is next.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Good morning to you indeed. Welcome to another Morning Barbados presentation for today, Friday, October 20th, 2023. I'm Tisha Hines. I'll be here with you until 8 o'clock this morning. And boy, we are sure it's going to be an eventful day in Barbados today as we continue to keep our eyes on the Met Office and the skies to figure out exactly what effects we will see across the island as Tropical Storm Tammy approaches Barbados and the rest of this part of the region. We most certainly will continue to keep you updated on everything that's happening. The next update or advisory from the Barbados Meteorological Service will come at 8 o'clock this morning, and you can expect that we will bring it to you as soon as it becomes available. In the interim, we're going to continue to entertain you and give you information, talk about what's coming up, with fingers crossed as well, of course, and with prayers going up that we don't see too much rain and damage here in Barbados as Tropical Storm Tammy passes. So today is Professional Teachers Day as well. Interesting that the children are off today. The teachers still usually head out though, and the minister, Wilfred Abrams, Minister of Home Affairs and Information, has said that it's business as usual. So I know the teachers will be heading out today. I want to say a very special good morning to all teachers. We appreciate you in a great way, and you do one of the most difficult jobs there is, taking care of our children in numbers. Sometimes we have a few little ones in the house and can't handle them, and you guys know just what to do. So on this day, we salute to you, all teachers all across Barbados, from nursery to tertiary and beyond. We thank you and applaud you on this day for your service. Today is also the Barbados Railway anniversary. So it was on this day back in 1881 that the first plan for the development of a railway in Barbados, known as the Barbados General Railway, came in 1845. The proposed railway to run between Bridgetown and Speightstown was scrapped due to an inability to raise the requisite capital. The next attempt, which proposed a railway from Bridgetown to St. Andrew, came in 1873 and was proven to be far more successful. The actual railway track was to be of a 3-foot 6-inch gauge, and the carriages were to be American in style. The railway was to have 7 stations, including Bridgetown, Valley, Carrington, Bushy Park, Codrington College, Bathsheba, and Belplain. The rolling stock of this railway was to include 4 locomotives, 6 composite first and second class carriages, 5 third class carriages, 10 open goods wagons, 6 covered goods wagons, and 20 sugar wagons. Now, I don't know if you find it as hilarious as I do, talking about and even thinking about a railway system in Barbados. How interesting would it be to hop on a train and move around the island? Now, the Barbados Herald of October 24th, 1881, reported that large numbers of persons from the town were availing themselves of the pleasure trip in the country and the novelty of this kind of locomotion in Barbados. The train ride to Carrington in St. Philip took 40 minutes, and the fare ranged from 2 shillings for first class to 6 pence for third class. Although the line was opened in 1881, the full railway line was not completed until 1883. So a little snippet of Bajan history for you today as you go through your day. Of course, you can research it just a little bit more. Something very interesting is also happening today at the Grand Salle. There's going to be a discussion with a number of key people. We'll tell you more about it later, but is on the legacy of the Barbados Carolinas connection. So we definitely will share more about that with you. A panel discussion at the Grand Salle coming off at 6 o'clock this evening. So lots of history to look into. And speaking of history, we have a perfect link with history and art and NIFCA, and they all tie together beautifully. And then we say the National Cultural Foundation, you know, it comes home a little bit more. Queen's Park Gallery. And we're thinking, what's going on? And then we welcome Onika Small, who's curator with the NCF, and here to tell us all about what's happening at the Queen's Park Gallery. Good morning to you, Onika. Always wonderful to see you.
Good morning, Tisha. Good morning, Barbados. Always good to be here and to see you as well.
Excellent. All right, so we're talking about a collection of pointless objects by Cy Hutchinson. What's in a name? Interesting.
What's in a name? I say the show is very complex and there's a lot to unpack. I thought I'd bring you all into the gallery this morning. So the gallery is behind me, so you can get a little view of what we have. But Cy is working from the premise that art is always seen as pointless. So he's playing on that fact by all of his objects having points and the fact that they're actually very important to our processing as human beings and who we are. So that's where the name came from, a collection of pointless objects. Most of them have points, and that art definitely has a point in our society.
All right. Now, usually when we come into the gallery, we don't see solo exhibitions so often. So talk to me about why the decision was taken to make this a solo exhibition at this time.
Right. Well, Cy is a 3-time Governor General Award winner. And one of his prizes and one of the many things that he won was a solo show in Queen's Park Gallery. And this is a couple of years ago. So last year when we actually launched the NIFCA progression show here, his wife and him had approached and I said, this was an opportunity for them to do a show in the gallery. So this has been a year in the planning and the making, but the work, as I've been told, has been years in creation. So this is an evolution or the continuation point of his progress as an artist. What he says is he has new site in the main gallery space, and then we have a smaller room where he has old site. So we're seeing a progression of the artist.
Truly excellent. And your role as curator is really to walk us through the exhibition. So since you've brought us into the gallery, it's over to you, Madam Curator.
Okay. So Sai uses a mix of materials in this show. His main material tends to be wood, but he will incorporate metals. He forages items from off the beach, he'll say. So he'll find pieces of beach wood, driftwood. He's even told me he's gone into hardware stores, and when a grain pattern resonates with him, he's used those as well. There's a piece I believe he's told me that was made from a cutting board. But he then takes that to a different level. He creates these amazing finishes that I say transposes us almost to a different world using our world materials. It's hard to explain what art does, but when it does it, we know. So that's what Sai does in this exhibition. There's a couple pieces, 2 pieces in particular, that are made from the old planks of the boardwalk in Bridgetown. So he foraged those. He incorporated different things. We have gold incorporated into some of the pieces. It's just a marvelous show. And then both him and his wife, I say, are the team that create the brand Sai Hutchinson. Lisa is a graphic designer and she does events. So they really came in and did this intervention in the gallery. They changed the wall colors using fabric. They have everything up. People are walking into the space and saying that they've been transported to an international gallery. So a different feeling. The light levels have been changed so that we're not in the bright light, but each work has light pointed at it, whereas the gallery feels cool, as though you could bring your date and enjoy a little evening of art. So that's basically what the gallery is looking like for the next 2 weeks. Yeah.
That's beautiful, and it sounds like a great deal of work. What are the timelines like for Sai pulling everything together? I know you said in one part of the gallery is old Sai, and then there's a newer version of Sai, and then for the interventionalists to come in and kind of recreate the space. I know it's often difficult to determine where you want to place what and where it will have its greatest impact based on the story you want to tell. So what's the timeline like in terms of getting the installation in before we were able to view? And I know for the launch of NIFCA, you allowed people to come on in and view the exhibition earlier this week.
Correct. Well, Sai and Lisa both had about a 2-week prior to set up in the gallery. I always tell Sai, working with Sai, I've worked with Sai for a number of capacities over the years. Sai is always the last in, but he's always delivers. So I always tell people he's worth the wait. I tell Sai he's worth the wait. So they would have brought in the wall textures or finishes. And then in the last 2 days, we started seeing all of the work coming in. So they'd bring in a large box and they'd open it, and it would be to all these oohs and ahs. And then we worked, I tell people, to 1:30 Saturday morning, making sure everything was hung up. And when we left the gallery the Saturday morning, Sai just looked at it and he said, "This is how I wanted it to look." So it's a long process, because before that, there's a lot of planning, what we're doing, how we're doing it. So it's been a long process. This is our basic climax.
How do you feel this all ties into the celebration this year of the 50th anniversary of NIFCA, looking at these pointless items that are part of this exhibition that all are representative of different aspects of life and life here in Barbados in particular.
Yeah, I say on one level, this show sort of launched our NIFCA celebrations as well. And it's 50 years of excellence remembered. And what better way to remember 50 years of excellence than to start with excellence? So that is important. It also, as you said, the pointless objects points us to the point that art, creativity, all of the genres, all of the disciplines are important. And we're seeing that. We have started our judging in schools yesterday. Ellerslie nearly brought tears to my eyes. We were at Roland Edwards as well. We know the children were in the steel shed. The preliminaries for music has started. So it feels very uplifting to be in Barbados and to be part of NIFCA and to be celebrating us with a lot of point.
And one of the things that we've been sharing are our NIFCA stories. For you as curator, I'd love for you to share a museum story because I know there are many people who come through and the reactions are all different because each of us will interpret art in totally different way based on where you are in your headspace, where you are in life, who you are generally. So share a museum story with us.
Tisha, you always put me on the point with a NIFCA story. there are so many, and it's hard to pull one quickly from my brain. But there's one that I do remember, and it's more of a feeling. Because when you watch people watching art, there's something that you could almost see chords connecting with the work. And there was not huge, but a piece that we hung by Dawn Small last year in our NIFCA progression show where we were looking at how far artists had come from where they were. And there was one lady who just looked at it and it was more of the feeling that I remember because he really captures Barbadiana. There was a little school child and the child was reading a book and you could just see all of the love pouring out and the feelings of resonance of the work. And we get that a lot with our NIFCA shows. We get the Barbadian creativity just coming out. We see things that we would never, well, as an artist, we never imagined because that's what art does. We see people using all different types of materials. Yesterday, I saw some stuff and I was just like, wow, wow. How do we think of these things? How do we put these things together? So my NIFCA story is that, to me, it is just an amazing experience to see how we can take Barbadian materials, Barbadian identity, and create something.
That truly is wonderful. Again, the exhibition runs, it started October 16th and it runs until?
We finish on November 3rd, which is a Saturday. And we're open from 10 to 6, Monday to Saturday. So you're here, you can come and see the exhibition, sit in the space, just enjoy the beauty of being among the pointless objects.
That's beautiful. And hearing you talk about the art, you are definitely this morning the definition of wearable art. It's a gorgeous dress to start. I love the contrasting patterns. And then are those like picks as earrings?
They are, and they have hearts on them. So it's like Afro love. And the whole exhibition I'm matching with the space because the walls are black. Most of our pedestals are white. So we have a black and white theme going on. So I thought I would match this morning and continuously show love, which is what we need even more now in our society. Love and empathy, compassion, or understanding.
Oh, absolutely beautiful.
The arts do. That's what we bring.
Yeah, you always have something gorgeous. That's, the whole story of wearable art.
Yes, we're doing wearable art this year again.
Telling an Afro story. How about that?
That's right. That's what one of the things we talked about in terms of NIFCA was that NIFCA 50 years ago was really that thing that helped us to cement or to change our perceptions of our identity as we change from a colonial society to a post-colonial society. So it's really about expressing who we are at our souls.
Oh, that's truly beautiful. Always good to speak with you, Onika. I'll tell our mutual friend you say hello.
I would. Thank you very much.
You do have a great weekend. I definitely will be coming out to be a part of the exhibition to experience all of these pointless objects that I'm sure are not pointless for this collection. A collection of pointless objects. The NCF presents a solo exhibition by Cy Hutchinson, and this is a part of a prize that he won for competing in NIFCA. I didn't know that, so that's very, very interesting. Of course, is on show at the Queen's Park Gallery in Bridgetown and continuing through November 4th, Monday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So go on out and support the exhibition. Thank you, Onika. Have a great weekend.
You have a great one as well.
All right, good stuff. Something for you to do as you head out this weekend. It's time for us to take a break on Morning Barbados. When we come back, a whole lot more. Stay with me.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Are you a youth group, 4-H club, school, Cub Scout or Brownie Pack, or any organization or club with children ages 4 to 11 years? If yes is the answer, then we at Fun School, we're looking for you. Let's have fun singing, dancing, listening to amazing stories, doing craft, and so much more. I'm such a kid at heart. But to be part of this fun and exciting new season of Fun School, just simply send an email to Alicia Alves Grant at aagrant@cbc.bb for further details. Fun School is back, and we're looking for you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Oh, hi. My name is Stacia Whitaker, and I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist and a member of the Heart and Stroke Childhood Obesity Prevention Coalition. My motto is, when in doubt, leave it out, and it goes for when I'm eating, because sometimes things have ingredients that we're not sure of, and I like to keep it simple. And if I'm eating...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 9 minutes to 7 o'clock. Well, a Morning Barbados team paid a surprise visit to the museum over at the Barbados Olympic Association at the Sir Garfield Sobers complex. And there was a tour hosted by Kendia Brathwaite, who is the Senior Operations Officer over at the BOA. And this particular exhibition showcases amazing and captivating collections from past and present athletes. Let's take a look.
My name is Kendia Brathwaite. I'm the program officer here at the Barbados Olympic Association and the National Olympic Academy. The Academy is responsible for education, all types of education, whether that be coaching education, athlete education, and then education of the general public. We talk about the Olympic values, and we have 3 core values: friendship, excellence, and respect. And those, of course, go along with the Olympic motto, which is Citius, Altius, Fortius, Communitior, faster, higher, stronger together. So Here at the Olympic Center, we are obviously the home of Team Barbados and Team Multisport Barbados. So Team Multisport Games, we are only responsible for multisport games. Multisport games does not include Carifta games. Multisport games meaning there's an event or there's a games that happens rather, and then there are various sports happening at the same time at this particular games. Various sports will come together and compete underneath the BOA banner. And in the instance of the Commonwealth Youth, we are also the affiliate body in Barbados responsible for Commonwealth Games. So although we wear the logo with the rings, the Olympic rings, we are also responsible for the Commonwealth Games, and we are known as Commonwealth Games Barbados. We are also affiliate members of Pan Am Sport, which will be the Pan Am Games that happens later this year. And the Pan Am Games is a direct link to the Olympics, and it's the Continental Games as a qualifier for the Olympic Games. All right, with all of that said, we are here because of this tower. This tower is known as a cauldron, and it's synonymous with the Olympic Games. So a cauldron bears a cultural representation usually of the host city of the Olympic Games. And so at the beginning of every Olympic Games, there's a ceremonial lighting of the Olympic torch, and that is done by the Olympic flame. So this plaque gives you a brief of what that looks like. All right, inside. One of the reasons our tour starts on the outside as well is because it allows you to come into the entry to see the prominent people who obviously hold a special place in this organization's heart. Underneath these individuals, there is a piece of metal. Anybody want to take a guess what this piece of metal is about, or what it is? Held the flame at one point, yes please. Torch, not the torch, but the torch was used to light it. If I say the torch was used to light it, it's a part of the cauldron. So it's actually a part of the 2012 London Olympics cauldron. Feel free to take photos. Taking photos is fine. These posters represent 100 years of the Olympic movement. If you look at the posters, there's some gap years missing. Any idea why we have these gaps in dates? So you look at the bottom row. So you know Olympics occur every 4 years. And so there's some moments in history that there wars. World War I and World War II was the only time that the Olympic Games did not occur. This guy here, Pierre Baron de Coubertin, is considered the father of the modern Olympic Games. All right, so he's the one who rebirthed the games and who thought that the world needed more unity, and we needed to come together more in the world as opposed to what was happening. So he revived the games. COVID was a little touch and go for a minute, but they were able to pull it off. So that was the first time the games was postponed. But World War I and II are the only times that the Olympic Games did not occur. If you look behind you, you actually get a glimpse of ancient Olympia. And so it tells you a bit about the history and the Greek civilization. These two guys, again, Sir Austin Seeley, Mr. Steve Stoke, who is the longest standing president of the Barbados Olympic Association, considered as one of the fathers of the Olympic movement as well. Him along with Louis Lynch, who would have written the very first proposal to the IOC to ask for recognition to be an Olympic committee. Mascots are also synonymous with multi-sport games in that the mascots bear a cultural representation of the host city. And you keep hearing me saying host city and not host country, because it's never referred to as a host country, it's always a city, because there have been multiple games in different countries but different cities. There you go. That concludes the end of our tour.
What an insightful tour. If you have a chance, you must go on over to the BOA, the Barbados Olympic Association, and check out their museum. If you didn't know there's one, there is one. And trust me, you've not seen everything. We've not let anything out. So make sure you go on out. Remember, the Pan American Games start today in Santiago, Chile. So make sure you support Team Barbados. We'll be bringing you all the action. Our Damien Best is on the ground in Chile, and he is going to be bringing us all the action from our 30-strong Barbados team. It's just after 7 o'clock in Barbados and across the Eastern Caribbean. Time for a break for the news.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Enjoy movies, soaps, drama, comedy, inspiration, education, music, and more. You get it all when you get MCTV, because MCTV gives you more.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
98.1 The One is more than a station.
We don't just play music, we keep you company, cheer you up, keep you informed and entertained. We are a vibe. What do you mean?
Every day we bring the party to you.
We are your #1 party station.
We love playing music for our listeners. And we're committed to working with our clients and advertisers to make sure that you get the attention that you deserve.
98.1 The One.
Celebrating 18 and still your #1 party station.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kia Lewis, General Practitioner and Healthy Lifestyle.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We start with an update on Tropical Storm Tammy. The center of Tropical Storm Tammy is still projected to pass approximately 100 miles north of the island this afternoon. The Barbados Meteorological Service, in its latest advisory, revealed that at 5 this morning, the center of Tropical Storm Tammy was located near 14 degrees north, 58.3 degrees west, or approximately 100 miles east-northeast of Barbados. Maximum sustained winds remain near 60 miles per hour. Met officials say the storm continues to move slowly west-northwestward at 8 miles per hour. Marine conditions have deteriorated with moderate to rough swells of 2.5 to 3.5 meters in open water. A small craft warning has been extended until 6 o'clock this evening, and high surf advisory remains in effect for Barbados. The Met Office is telling the country that occasional light to moderate showers occurred overnight as feeder bands moved across the island, and this is expected to persist even this morning. Shower activity is likely to increase this afternoon into early Saturday morning. Occasional winds gusting to storm force and moderate to heavy showers associated with feeder bands are possible during this time. The Met Office is forecasting rainfall accumulations of around 1 to 3 inches, with isolated higher amounts during the passage of Tropical Storm Tammy. Barbados has been advised an intensification of feeder bands might come to the southeast of the system and can result in the watch being upgraded to a warning at short notice. The next advisory from the Met Office will come at 8 o'clock, and we will be sure to bring that to you right here on TV8. The Queen Elizabeth Hospital has been making some adjustments in preparation for the passage of Tropical Storm Tammy as well. Communications specialist at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, Shane Seeley, says some of their services will close off at midday today.
So the management team decided as part of our emergency management plan that we should suspend our patient clinics at midday. We will also cancel elective surgeries after midday and going forward. And the pharmacy, that will be closed from midday. We did extend the hours this evening up to a news time up to 7 p.m. so that our patients could make those last minute adjustments and come for their medication. Those who would be running out of medication, who may not have medication for the next 7 days, could have used that time to come here to the pharmacy and get their medication. With all of that said, accident and emergency remains open, Lisa. But we want people, if they have questions about the urgency of their medical condition, there is an option. You can call our patient advice and liaison service. We've been really pushing this. We want people to call 536-4800. We have doctors manning those lines, and they can get their questions or queries about their medical condition answered there, so that they can make a better decision for themselves. If they need to come to accident and emergency, we can have those doctors call an ambulance for them in the case that it is an emergency. So a lot is being done as far as that is concerned. But we've decided to close some of our services at midday to accommodate for the possibility that weather could become more severe just after midday going into those evening periods. So we don't want people to be caught here at the hospital in that weather.
Well, you definitely have to plan your business well today and into the weekend. The Barbados Food and Run Festival continues to receive international acclaim and awards. This year's events are back, bigger and better. CBC's Crystal Hoyt has more.
The Barbados Food and Rum Festival has been awarded the Best Culinary Caribbean Festival Award by the prestigious World Culinary Awards. Minister of Tourism and International Transport Ian Gooding-Edgell shared the news during a media welcome launch last night.
The announcement was made at a special awards ceremony in Dubai on Monday. Now when we say we are the culinary capital of the Caribbean, we can add the best culinary festival in the Caribbean. This accolade is testament to the dedication, passion, and hard work that has gone into this festival success story. A huge part of that success lies in the hands of our talented chefs and mixologists.
Mr. Gooding-Edgell also thanked the BTMI team that led the initiative, with a special thanks to the Director of PR and Communications, April Thomas. Thomas credited the team's aggressive marketing campaign for what is now the most successful food and rum festival to date.
So this year, we doubled capacity on a number of the venues. So you'll see more people, more food, more chefs at Rice and Rum and at Liquid Gold. We have 4 completely sold out events, and that is a huge milestone for us, being able to sell out these events, some of them a full 2 weeks before the event happens. So we're extremely glad to see that happen.
She shared a breakdown of ticket holder demographics.
So the Chef Classics, which are our cooking demonstrations, we've seen a split with 56% visitors attending the Chef Classics. Again, very excited to see that 50-50 split. The Junior Chef Cook-Off competition, 80% visitors purchased tickets to that. Again, major milestone for us. The Rise and Rock Breakfast Beach Party, 33% are visitors. The Liquid Gold Feast, 24% of visitors are ticket holders. And lastly, the Rum Room on Friday night, a whopping 93% of those ticket holders are visitors. And this shows us that we created a festival that people want to fly to Barbados for and want to be a part of.
The festival, under the theme Feed the Future, officially begins tonight in Oistins and is expected to be a weekend of good food, lots of rum, and even more fun. Crystal Hoyt, CBC News.
Thank you so much, Crystal. We certainly hope that the rains hold off this weekend. Well, we're going to have a next newscast for you at 12 noon on TV8, followed by The World at 1 via our radio network of stations on Q100.7 FM, 98.1 The One, and 94.7 FM. Morning Barbados continues after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love cruise.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
You know why?
It's summer vacation, and CBC TV8 says laugh a little. Your mid-mornings have now included some family-friendly, side-splitting series like The Partridge Family, Benson, and Designing Women. TV not to be missed this vacation. Weekdays from 10 a.m. on CBC TV8. It's Match Day Live from the 246 with host Damian Best. your all-access pass to the action happening in the BFA Premier League and beyond. Every last Monday of the month on CBC TV8. Kickoff time.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, time to come on back and sit down a little bit and enjoy. Today's Friday, and there's so much going on. I know that you're worrying about what will happen weather-wise. And in true Bajan form, I hope that you guys are not blocking up all the gas stations and just trying to make it into Carter and Company and H&B Hardware. You know how we do. We're last-minute kind of people. So let's plan ahead a little bit more so that we will be storm ready, all right? Make sure that we're ready going forward. Don't want to be rushing around, because then when it's rain, we get accidents. When people are rushing around, when we have incidents like this, I'm sure the police service will tell you we see an increase in accidents. So take your time on the road. And remember, there are pedestrians out there using the roads as well. So you don't want to drive by and splash anybody or anything of a sort. All right? Make sure you show some love and compassion today as you move around. And be nice. There's nothing wrong with being nice. All right, we're going to introduce you to an artist who is a Bajan-based, a Los Angeles-based Bajan recording artist, singer, songwriter. Her name is Aoni, and she's visiting Barbados for a little while. So she decided to come on to Morning Barbados and spend a little time with us. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right, it's wonderful to have you with us. And everybody who sits here has to start by telling us their Bajan story. So let's hear this Bajan story. You, of course, were born here.
Yes, so I was born in Barbados. My parents are Bajan as well. But I left Barbados when I was 1 year old. I moved to Miami, and then we moved to Singapore, to California, to Jakarta, Indonesia, before I decided to come back to Los Angeles to pursue music at the University of Southern California. I graduated in 21, and I've been in LA ever since. But I was very fortunate to have a lot of memories in Barbados growing up.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
USC is quite an accomplishment.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. So what do you think sparked your interest in the arts?
Yeah, so my interest in the arts, I would say, really began at church. Growing up, my dad would sing on the worship team when we lived in Miami, and also when he lived in Barbados. I would see him performing with, the team, doing different harmonies, and really kind of developing this love for music. And also, I think with, church, the approach to music is very worship-based. You're really trying to lead the audience into a transcendent experience. So I think that really kind of colored my love of music and how I approached music growing up.
And I'm sure it's been shaped by all these places that you've lived through the years as well. So talk to me about how the various cultures have influenced the style of music that you now do.
Yeah, so, being from Barbados, I think I've always had an appreciation for rhythmic, approach to music. But I think moving around, specifically when I think about living in Jakarta, Indonesia, the music that we would listen to there was a little bit more electronic based, a little bit more dance. So I think some of those elements came through in some of my earlier records. I was really experimenting in the electronic world. And then moving to the States and being in California and different places like that, I think my love for R&B and different kind of music like Motown, music, that's what I studied at school in LA. So I really was able to kind of take the best of the different cultures that I lived through and try to create a global kind of blend in my music, which is really interesting.
That's wonderful. I know at USC you usually have to do internships, and you guys usually get the very best internships all throughout LA. So was that something that impacted the way that you were kind of floating through the arts? Because I understand that you are poised for something big in 2024 that's not necessarily strictly music.
Yes, so I think, like USC really helped me to just get a lot of experience. I think when I was in my earlier years, I had some really interesting opportunities. I had an opportunity to perform with Wyclef Jean in Omaha, Nebraska, and that was something that was really formative to kind of show me a little bit about singing as a background vocalist and also performing for a larger audience. It was a symphony show. So moments like that were really formative for me and really helped me to kind of develop my craft a little bit more.
You're set to make a debut in the Alicia Keys produced show Uncharted.
Yes.
Tell me about how you managed to score that part.
Yeah, so I was really fortunate to be invited to a writing camp in Los Angeles in March of 2022. Alicia Keys has an organization called She Is the Music, and they basically are an organization in LA that's really working with women in the music industry, artists, engineers, producers, and trying to create opportunities, not just in LA, but really in the United States, on the East Coast and the West Coast as well, to bring women together and give them an opportunity to create. So starting at that writing camp, we came together and made some music, a single, Purpose, which I released June 9th of this year. And from that writing camp, they decided to follow myself and 2 other artists for a year and to tell the story of, you know, being an up and coming artist and what that looks like, what kind of obstacles you might face to overcome to pursue music. And that premiered at Tribeca Film Festival in New York in June. So really looking forward to that.
How do you feel about being able to be a part of such a major project so early on? There are so many people who will tell you that, particularly in LA. I mean, it's a city that's chock-a-blocked of people who want to be in the spotlight, who want to get their music out, who would love to be able to showcase a film that they're featured in, far less starring in it, at a Tribeca festival. So, you know, talk to me about that journey and how things have been going.
Very, very grateful. You know, I think to your point, it is early in my career. And I was just really grateful to feel, you know, seen in such a way, to be chosen to show my story, show, you know, the versatility in my artistry, the aspects. I also produce my music, I write my songs. So being able to just have an opportunity to show that was really meaningful. And I also really appreciated the team, the entire team of, you know, the people that were actually filming the documentary were all women as well. So it was a really unique opportunity to just be surrounded by talented people. And, you know, I just am grateful for a chance to share my story and hopefully bring that to the world.
It's really interesting, some of the names that you choose for your projects and so on. There was a release in 2019, a project composed by you called Iridescent. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so I chose the title Iridescent. You know, it means luminous, reflecting different colors from different angles. And I think the way that I've come to be in this world, moving different places and having so much rich cultures inform myself and my artistry, I really wanted my first project to reflect that. You know, I consider myself a genreless artist, somebody that, you know, blends different genres, whether it's pop, R&B. So, you know, I think I wanted my first project to show that to the world and to celebrate my diversity and how it's come to create, you know, who I am in this moment.
Is there any influence at all in this genre bending, as you call it? Is there any part for our indigenous music, the music that we enjoy? I know you talked about the rhythms, but will we hear a little reggae, maybe some soca influence in this?
Absolutely. I think with this new music I'm working on, I'm definitely looking to show more of that. And the very first single I put out is called Divine. I released it when I was in college, and you know, I think Bajans should check it out. It definitely has an island influence, and I wanted my first single to kind of pay, you know, homage to being from Barbados and kind of just the sound of the islands, the influence that I've taken. So definitely try to weave that into my music whenever I can.
And of course, we must ask, what was it like? I know you said you left here at 1 year old, growing up with Barbadian parents and traveling all over the world and still staying connected to the island.
It was great. You know, I think Barbados has given me a really great sense of groundedness and roots. I think my parents have always encouraged me to remember where I'm from and to remember kind of the principles and values as Bajans. I think Bajans, you know, we don't take ourselves too seriously, but we're very resourceful, we're very resilient. You know, we're able to kind of meet the moment and to always find gratitude in it. So I think being from Barbados is something that I've always been really proud of, and you know, I hope that I can continue to make Bajans proud as I continue to move through my career and just keep that close always.
All right, so I know that we want to share a part of a project that you have coming up, a cover that you did. Talk to me about that and how you go about selecting even the music that you want to cover, that you want to be a part of your repertoire.
Yeah, so the song is Too Good by Drake and Rihanna. And you know, I love Rihanna growing up. I was in Singapore when Umbrella was kind of blowing up and really getting the sense that, you know, as a little Bajan girl, the dreams that I had were possible and I could, you know, see myself in a global sense impacting people. So, you know, when I choose covers, I try to choose songs that are sentimental to me, but I love to put my own spin, my own kind of interpretation to show people who I am in that context as well.
How do you navigate the LA space?
The LA space can be a little tough.
I know it's really tough right now. Last view, it's a lot going on, especially with the, well, they're calling it now the drug pandemic that's going on. Downtown LA is definitely a sight to see.
Yeah, I mean, I think to me it's always important to, you know, be mindful of, you know, the privilege I've had to be able to travel the world. And I think LA is a place where, you know, there are some socioeconomic disparities, and I think that kind of reminds me, you know, in everything that I'm doing to be grateful and also to think about, you know, giving back and to think about, you know, the struggles there. There's a lot of homelessness, there's a lot of things there that, you know, we navigate every day, but I think in music I just try to navigate with integrity and with values, and I think, you know, LA in general can be a bit of a hustle. Everyone's trying to get where they're going. Everyone's trying to, you know, do what they can do. But I think with me, you know, when I'm there, I really try to think about what I'm trying to build and why. I think the locals in LA are very community driven, love to give back, love to celebrate and be grateful for life. So I've really tried to, you know, soak up those values as well, you know, as a Bajan there navigating, and just try to, you know, bring Barbados to the world.
When you tell people you're from Barbados, what do you get?
Like Rihanna. You know, when I first lived in Singapore, a lot of the people were like, Barbados, is that in Africa? Where is that? But as, you know, Rihanna started to ascend, oh, like Rihanna, the singer. So, you know, a lot of the times when I say Barbados, people are like, wow, you know, how are you liking America? How are you liking here? And I kind of explain, well, I moved around growing up, but it's been nice. You know, I think Barbados is a place that more people need to know about. I think our culture is really rich. I think as a people, we are incredibly brilliant and have so much to offer to the world. So I'm excited to see Barbados continue to come to the forefront of culture.
You're writing, you're performing, you're acting. You know, is there anything that's not open to you?
No, I try to do it all. I try to push myself. You know, I don't know yet the gifts that I might not have touched yet or might not have discovered. So I try to just be open and versatile and try new things and be okay with failing sometimes, but just keep growing, keep expanding, and keep evolving whenever I can.
What would be the ideal next big thing to happen for you?
You know, hopefully
top of the mountain. Let's go there.
Hopefully a record deal. I'm working on an album that I'm extremely excited about. The music is really strong. So I'm looking to find a label partner in the US or UK or, you know, wherever it may come from that can help me bring this music out and, you know, really strengthen it.
I know that record labels are very particular about where you go, everything from imaging to your sound.
Yes.
So how would you define that sound that you want to put out there as your unique sound for Aoni?
I consider my sound pop soul. You know, a lot of the times people are like, well, how would you describe this? It's so different. But I think soul is one that comes through. I think as a vocalist, there's a lot of emotion and depth in my performance. And, you know, I draw from soulful singers like Aretha Franklin, Sarah Vaughan, Etta James, people that really story tell as singers. And then I love pop. I love this contemporary idea of music, you know, whether it's Michael Jackson or Stevie Wonder, artists that I also consider very layered, and, you know, there's quite a great depth to their music. So I think for the music that I'm creating, pop, soul, a little bit of R&B, but that's how I describe my music.
All right, I know you said that that for you, you hold on to being Barbadian, and even as you moved around,
absolutely,
you were still able to hold on to that through the parents. Is there a favorite Bajan dish?
Cuckoo and saltfish.
She said, cuckoo. Listen, don't tell anybody you have cuckoo here. It's cuckoo.
Gran made a good cuckoo.
You have to say cuckoo, not cuckoo.
Cuckoo. Love cuckoo though, I really do.
Yeah, can you make it?
I'm learning. Gran, she's giving me some good recipes so I can go back to LA and try to make sure the stir is how it needs to be.
Yeah, I don't know if the young people these days can handle that stir. I was talking to that with a friend about that just the other day. You know, we've my generation, I think, my contemporaries, we've developed a new way of making it. You know, we are the microwave cuckoo generation.
Microwave.
I'll share the recipe with you.
Please
My mother
do.
would disown me if she heard me saying that. You know, the older Barbadians believe on standing over the stove with the cuckoo stick.
Okay.
That's a part of who we are. Absolutely. So, you know, how long are you here for? And I certainly hope that you're taking in some of the cultural lots happening this weekend.
Yeah, so I leave on Sunday night. I've been here since Monday, a full week. I came down for a friend's wedding, so that's going to be tomorrow. Really lucky to sing a couple songs at the wedding, and been at the beach, been soaking it up, did a catamaran cruise yesterday, and just been enjoying myself. Probably going to head down to Oystins.
Tonight?
Yeah.
That's the beginning of the Food and Rum Festival.
Exactly.
They're at Oystins tonight. Yes? Did you bring some yellow clothes?
I don't think I have any yellow. I'm not too much of a colorful person.
You have a ticket for Rise and Rum. You know, they won't turn your way, so that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's been wonderful.
Thank you for having me.
Oystins was last night? Am I so late? Did I miss it? The guys in the back are telling me, fellas, Oystins was last night?
No.
Look at this. I'm behind time. So what's the night, guys? They know the calendar better than I do. Oystins is tonight, right? Look at that. Yes. I was right too.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna take a break here. When we come back, we're gonna get to see that cover that Aoni did of Drake and Rihanna's song, Too Good.
Yes.
Yes? All right. Before we go, I want to make sure that I tell you that it's been wonderful to meet you, and I most certainly will be checking up on that music.
Thank you so much.
I wish you the very best. And that next big thing that you're hoping for, it is within your grasp.
Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it.
Let's shout out Gran.
Yeah, shout out to Gran.
What's Gran's name and where's she from?
Marilyn Harding. My Gran is actually Guyanese, but she lives here in St. Michael. I've been staying with her, having a lovely time. She actually used to make patties as well.
Okay.
People might know her patties. But yeah, she's the best.
Absolutely. We have that in common. My Gran was Guyanese too. We're all Bajan.
Yeah.
Rihanna take too.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take a break and come on back on Morning Barbados. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
I'm Anne St. John, a consultant pediatrician.
When packing healthy lunch boxes, do include a fruit, which includes a banana, apple, orange, or grapes to supply fiber. Aim for low-calorie packaged snacks without the mention of flour or sugar amongst the four ingredients on the back label. 1 in 3 children in Barbados is affected by overweight or obesity. Let us join together as parents and care providers to reduce the further development of this chronic non-communicable disease within our communities.
Hey, not only grown-ups can sing, we can too.
I was still a child, didn't get the chance to.
CBC TV8 is having
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. I put my head Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
For the past 19 years, QFM has been sharing with you, learning from you, and together building a community for all mature audiences. That's why we say Q is good for you. To our Q family, we say thank you for staying connected to Q 100.7 FM. QFM is a station of the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. CBC, celebrating 60, connecting Barbadian communities.
Are you a youth group, 4-H club, school, Cub Scout, or Brownie Pack? Or any organization or club with children ages 4 to 11 years? If yes is the answer, then we at Fun School, we're looking for you. Let's have fun singing, dancing, listening to amazing stories, doing craft, and so much more. I'm such a kid at heart. But to be part of this fun and exciting new season of Fun School, just simply send an email to Alicia Alves Grant at aagrant@cbc.bb for further details. Fun School is back, and we're looking for you.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So it's 20 minutes to go before 8 o'clock, and we absolutely have to tell you all about the HCQC connection. If you're wondering what it is, we've been telling you about it for quite some time. But joining us to tell us more is Cheryl Phillips, president of the HCQC Toronto, and Trevor Wood, alumnus of Harrison College. Good morning and welcome.
Morning. Thanks for having us.
It's good to have you with
morning,
us.
Good morning, viewer.
Good morning. Gonna start with you, Cheryl. Talk to me about that connection. I know that you guys have been teaming up for a little while now and putting some events on, and there's a marvelous gala coming up, I'm told.
That's right. So this started back in about 2021 when we decided the different associations, alumni associations, decided to kind of get together and form a network. So that would be Toronto, the US, on the Old Harrisonian Society, QCA, PTA, all of the associations decided this, let's put all of our resources together and really go hard at trying to raise funds to help with the infrastructure of the school. So we have a very audacious goal of raising $2 million in a couple of years. And that funding will go towards things like establishing a robotic lab at Harrison College, improving the hall for Queen's College, the science lab at Harrison College. So we have some major projects that we would like to help raise funds to fund those projects. And they're not, of course, they're really big, expensive projects that we really are trying our best to help the schools. So this collaboration started, though, many years ago, because when Queen's College was located on Constitution Road, it was just a hop skip away from Harrison College. And of course, the girls would be be at the wall looking over and admiring the boys as they passed. And then Queen's sixth formers at Queen's College were then in the science area were then allowed to go over to Harrison College to attend classes, and that really was the beginning of more of the integration of both schools. And so there has always been a friendly rivalry between Harrison and Queen's College, but there's also been a huge collaboration. And so we're hoping that putting all of our forces together, we can then actually do a lot of good work for both schools.
Oh, wonderful. Now, you guys really cemented this partnership/rivalry that's been going on forever in a big way in 2021 when you staged, under the patronage of the then Governor General, now President, Dame Sandra Mason,
Right.
you kind of put on something major then, and you're doing something even bigger now. So, Trevor, talk to us about what you're planning this year for the gala event.
So this year we are doing a Night of Stars Awards. The intention is to assemble alumni and friends to recognize alumni of the schools have excelled in their fields. We selected the alumni through contributions from the public and other alumni, and selected people to receive awards in a number of categories. So the categories include business and services, education, law, medicine and health services, media and creative arts, performing arts, public or international affairs, civic engagement, science and technology, and sports. And there are a few other special awards where we feature people who are emerging leaders. So these are people 40 years or under who've excelled in any of the previously mentioned fields. There's a posthumous award for an alumnus who excelled in their field of endeavor but had sadly passed away, and the Spirit Award. And the individual awarded with the Spirit Award doesn't necessarily have to be an alumnus, but they would have made a significant contribution to the school. A very special part of the Night of Stars gala this year is the celebration of Harrison College's 290th anniversary. So the school was actually founded in 1733, and during that time, the school and the alumni of the school have contributed in a number of areas: academics, cultural endeavors, sports, etc. So there's a lot to celebrate, and we're looking forward to our gala tomorrow night. One thing I should mention, the gala was initially slated to be held at Ilara Court, but because of the weather, it's been moved to Sweetfield Manor in Britain's Hill for an indoor location. So patrons, just please take note that the location has had to change beyond our control, but we want to make sure that everybody's safe and comfortable.
All right, that's right. The event is planned for tomorrow night, and our esteemed Prime Minister is an alumna of QC, and she is given her enthusiastic support as well. So you guys have lots and lots to celebrate together, but I know there's going to be a friendly, let's call it friendly, clash as well.
Yes.
And I know when it comes down to the music, that's going to be very interesting, Cheryl.
Yeah, it will be. So we had actually, that's a pretty good segue into, we had a clash last Sunday between various DJs representing Harrison, that were at Harrison College and that also were at Queen's College. And that came off with a proverbial bang. I mean, the music was outstanding, and there are plans to bring this back again next year. So tomorrow night, we are going to feature, the entertainment is going to be really featured by the students. So we will have students performing a dance number. We have two panelists, one from Harrison College, one from Queen's College. And we also have a quartet that will be giving a variety of music. So what we're trying to do is not only, because we're alumni, focus on the alumni, but we also want to start integrating students into all the events that we're putting on, and get them involved. So the entertainment is being provided by the students tomorrow night.
It's quite commendable that you guys continue to share so much and do so much at your schools, and in such a major way. It really makes a difference to the students who are at the schools at this time. Everything from science and technology, engineering and arts and math, STEM, to working with sports infrastructure, as you mentioned, fixing an area at HC and stuff like that. So definitely some great projects that you're working toward. And of course, I can never figure out the acronym, but for me, HCQC can sound right.
You want to
that
say
was called for an extra C.
Exactly. Yes, it's HCQC Alumni Network. So HCQCAN. Yeah, it's a bit of a tongue twister.
I think mine works better.
I think it does too. I think we will adopt that.
All right.
But
So
we're going to give thanks also to the patrons that are coming out tomorrow night. We know that the storm might be scary for some people, but hey, we're tough, and we're going to continue. We're going to actually push through and have the gala, and as we also wanted to say thanks to one of our, our major sponsors, Jordan Supermarket, and we just want to say thank you to them because every little penny helps us get towards that $2 million goal.
Absolutely. Final word from you, Trevor, about why people ought to come out and support.
Well, I think we touched on it just now. I mean, there's a tremendous opportunity not only to network with the alumni but the current students. And the gala is meant to allow and provide examples for students to strive and to emulate. For people who are interested in attending and haven't yet purchased their tickets are available online through ticketpal.com. They're also on sale at AMD Music, D Computers in Sheraton, and Empowered in Sky Mall. So there are some people, even people who may not be on the island, but may want to contribute. Feel free to buy a ticket. Cheryl said the money is not going to go to waste, and it's a terrific way to give back.
All right, Cheryl, I certainly hope that you're in Barbados because I know that you are the president of the Toronto chapter. I hope you're here for the action.
Of course, would I miss it? Not, and it was a good excuse to get away anyway. So the pity it's not in January. But yes, for sure. I'm here sweltering but enjoying it.
Yeah, they warned you about the heat. I'm sure.
Yeah. Every steering committee call, it starts with, "It's so hot." So yeah, we were pretty well informed, that not to bring any sweaters. Let's put it that way. But yeah, so we're here for the week and really busy now, obviously with the preparations, but might have a chance on Monday to hit the beach.
Absolutely, sounds like fun, and it's wonderful that you guys have really gotten together. I love the idea of the musical clash, of being able to celebrate past students. It will also feature tributes to the recently retired principals of both schools.
Right.
Again, another clear line, Dr. David Bourne, QC, and Dr. Juanita Wade from college. Both of these esteemed educators were pioneers as the first male principal of QC and the first female principal of college. So.
Yes. And Ms. Wade also worked with Dr. Brown at Queen's College. So there's, again, that very strong connection between the two schools.
Well, wonderful to see both of you. I wish you the best tomorrow. Switching to Sweetfield Manor, equally beautiful location.
It is.
So I'm sure it will be wonderful. Night of the Stars. Yes. Definitely will be cute. A good occasion for all of you, for past students, for present students, to come out and enjoy yourselves. So all the best to all of you. Trevor Wood, I have not seen you for a long time.
That's true, but it's good to see you as always.
Same here. Have a wonderful time, guys, and be sure to come back and let me know how everything goes.
For sure. Well, maybe you should come and join us tomorrow night.
I have a prior engagement.
The tickets are available online.
Yes, they are, and you can get a table of 8. The ticket is $275, goes down to $250 for a table of 8. So we still have a few spots left. So we hope to see many of you.
All right, have a wonderful time.
Thank you so much.
I know it's going to be fun catching up. Okay, have a good weekend.
Great. Take care. Have a good one.
All right.
Thanks for having us.
Bye.
Of course, it's always good to catch up. But that's how Bajans say goodbye. Okay, see you, gone. Okay, later. Talk to you. So, we said goodbye like 12 times, but that's okay. And we're going to take a break, and when we come back, before we go, we're going to run down what's happening this weekend. And of course, we're looking toward that 8 o'clock update as well. So as soon as that update is ready, the latest advisory from the Met Office, we're going to bring it to you here on TV8, as well as we work toward not relay coverages yet, but most certainly making sure that you're updated throughout the day. Here on TV8, we want to make sure that you get your information from credible sources. Usually you have some social media posts and so on going around, and you can't necessarily always rely on that. We want to make sure that we get the experts here. We have the direct connections with the Met Office and other officials, and we'll make sure that we bring you the information here first. If you don't hear it on CBC TV8, you definitely will hear it on one of our 3 stations, which is 98.1 FM, 94.7 FM, and 100.7 QFM, or online. We're everywhere. All right, stay there. When we come back, we're telling you about what's popping off this weekend. Stay with me.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Are you a youth group, 4-H club, school, Cub Scout, or Brownie Pack, or any organization or club with children ages 4 to 11 years? If yes is the answer, then we at Fun School, we're looking for you. Let's have fun singing, dancing, listening to amazing stories, doing craft, and so much more. I'm such a kid at heart. But to be part of this fun and exciting new season of Fun School, just simply send an email to Alicia Alves Grant at aagrant@cbc.bb for further details. Fun School is back, and we're looking for you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Oh, hi. My name is Stacia Whitaker, and I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist and a member of the Heart and Stroke Childhood Obesity Prevention Coalition. My motto is, when in doubt, leave it out, and it goes for when I'm eating, because sometimes things have ingredients that we're not sure of, and I like to keep it simple. And if I'm eating something and I'm not sure the ingredients in that particular thing, then I choose to leave it out. So I keep my snacking simple with fruit, nuts, or just water. It's easy to remember, there's no added ingredients, and it's also very nutritious. So remember, childhood obesity is real, so choose healthier alternatives, and when in doubt, leave it out.
Enjoy movies, soaps, drama, comedy, inspiration, education, music, and more. You get it all when you get MCTV, because MCTV gives you more.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
98.1 to 1 is more than a station. We don't just play music, we keep you company, cheer you up, keep you informed and entertained. We are a vibe. What do you mean?
Every day we bring the party to you.
We are your #1 party station.
We love playing music for our listeners. And we're committed to working with our clients and advertisers to make sure that you get the attention that you deserve.
98.1, the one. Celebrating.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, before we go, we want to tell you all about what's happening this weekend. So this evening, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in association with the BTMI, will be having a very important discussion. It's at the Grand Salle, and it's looking at the legacy of the Barbadian Carolinas connection So make sure you come out and see Dr. Tonya Matthews and Dr. Henderson Carter at the Courtney Blackman Grand Salle, 6 o'clock this evening. I will be your moderator. It definitely will be an interesting discussion on our shared history. The Caribbean for the Youth Climate Action Summit and Expo in partnership with the UNFCCC, Youngo and Caribbean are COI. Mark your calendars. They're still wrapping up a wonderful Beyond Talk, More Action, Building Financial Resilience for Youth-Led Climate Action and Adaptation in the Caribbean. That is coming off, wrapping up, I believe, today at Hilton Barbados as well. So the youth doing lots with climate action and a whole lot more. SDGs on Saturday, 21st October at Golden Square, Freedom Park. We're talking about the Sustainable Development Goals. So make sure you're going out and enjoy a day of fun and interactive learning about the SDGs. Enjoy free health checks, entertainment, quizzes, games, and it's for all ages. So be sure to enjoy it. The Barbados Entrepreneurship Foundation, they have a community challenge on Market Day at Sky Mall. Remember, that's coming off tomorrow from 10 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock, showcasing a whole host of young entrepreneurs who are doing great stuff. K-Fest is also happening, hosted by International Youth Fellowship Barbados. It's an interactive session with Korean language, song, dance, games, taekwondo displays, food as well will be there. And we have a number of young people from Korea that is going to take place at the White Park Wesleyan Holiness Church from 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. The Bajan Fair comes off tomorrow as well at Kensington Oval. It's non-stop fun, laughter, and food for Bajans everywhere. So experience a whimsical world filled with thrilling rides, delectable food, and exciting games as we continue with the 2023 installation of the Barbados Food and Rum Festival. The finals for the Junior Chef competition is also going to take place simultaneously, and that's going to be held before a live studio audience at the Bajan Fair from 4 to 7 o'clock. That'll be over by the Bond, still at Kensington Oval. The Barbados Land Ship, they're celebrating their 160th anniversary with a church service and elevation of Captain Elton Graves to Admiral at the St. Leonard's Church, Westbury Road. That's coming off on Sunday, and they're going to do a parade in that area as well. So make sure you check all of that out coming up this weekend. It's been a lot to talk about. Remember, we're going to continue to bring you updates on Tropical Storm Tammy all day long here on CBC TV8. Coming up on Monday, we're going to have our radio personality, Joanne Seeley, coming through. We're talking anti-money laundering and cybercrime. There's a regional hybrid conference that we're going to talk to you about. We continue talking breast cancer awareness, plus learn the history of the Grand Order of United Scottish Mechanics of the Universe Incorporated. Did someone say secret societies? We're telling no secrets, or we're holding no secrets back, rather. And of course, Your Health and You series with Dr. Dale Brathwaite continues. So that is it from us for today. It's Friday. There's lots happening. I'm sure you're going to see more of me today, but I want to wish you the very best. Be safe as you go about your business. Remember to wear your smiles, do something nice for someone, and be sure to stay with TV8 for all of your updates. Have a wonderful and safe weekend. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.